Hey everyone, welcome back to Who is Mike. So we have two endings so far, ending 4 and ending 5. I was thinking about it, and the telling a truth and telling a lie doesn't seem to matter too much in the grand scheme of what ending you get. So we're going to go ahead and start from the very beginning. We're going to try seeing what happens if you go ahead and just leave from the beginning when he tells you to hide because Sarah's coming. And then we're going to see if we make like the violent type decisions from the very beginning and see where that gets us. So let's go ahead and jump right in. And like we did in the last episode, we're going to skip through most of the text since we've seen most of it all. Let's go with not really this time. Not really. I'm not vain enough to talk to my clone, thanks. You make it sound like I'm the copy here. Well, aren't you? Don't start that thing again. Okay. Back to the same thing. What could cause this? Okay, let's go with fine, let's deal with it tomorrow and see what happens. Alright, I'll stay out tonight. It was difficult, but I managed to quell my emotions and get it under control. I knew I wouldn't be able to accomplish anything without a clear head. I'll deal with Sarah for tonight, okay? Maybe I can ease her into the situation. You'll be fine. It'll be better tomorrow. Quick, she's coming downstairs. Before I knew it, my other self ushered me out the door and slammed it behind me. I could still hear Sarah's voice in the other room inquiring what I've been up to. My heart ached to go back and tell her everything, but I chose not to. Maybe I was too scared to face her like this. Somehow it all felt like my fault. I'm such a coward. Well, enough of that. I'll deal with it tomorrow. I needed time to think, gather my thoughts, and make sense of the situation. Maybe he was right. Those couple of hours that my memory missed might hold the key to unlocking that mystery. I walked on towards the town, thinking of a way around this mess. Okay, back this. I passed the store window, noticed my reflection. It's not letting me skip, probably because I didn't. And 9, the Fool. So we got the very last ending. So we're making progress. So let's go ahead and start it back up. We're going to stay this time. Oops. Return, not exit. We're going to stay this time and see what happens. Okay, let's go with the opposing answers to what he says. No, February 27th. Huh? Well, it was midnight. So technically it was the 27th. Devil's in the details. Too easy. Brother's name? Miles Jordan Jansen. He hates it. What? Who? The only brother I have is a beaver-faced alien named Buckteeth. What? Ha ha. Come on, guys. His teeth aren't that big. Yes, they are. You guys are being very mature. Anyway, favorite animal. Starting to sound like the worst dating website in history. Hyenas. Hyenas, man. Hyenas are cool. Oh, yes, they are. Are you guys kidding? This is so random. I'm just watching a feature on them in Animal Planet before all this. But they're so cool. And wicked smart, too. There might be a rerun tonight. Maybe we should watch it. Oh, good God. Okay, that's it. I don't think this is working. Hey, wait. Let's take turns. What if he's just leeching off my answers? I resent that. All right. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to continue to keep telling the truth and see if maybe we get a better. Sarah turned to the other mic. Okay, so I think we're getting somewhere this time. So, Mikey, did anything special happen last night? I think there's a word missing right here. Huh? Went around town, had a good time. Sarah, is this another one of your random questions? Nope. So, did you go anywhere else? Not really. Why? By the way, those are really nice glasses. Are they new? Got them yesterday? Oh, right. Yeah, yesterday. I guess I forgot to mention it. Is it a big deal? You know how forgetful I am. No, of course not. So, where's your old pair? That old thing? I threw them out. They were falling apart. You harped me about them ever since. I thought I might as well. I see. Yeah. Come on, Sarah. I hope you aren't implying that I'm faking just because I have new glasses on. Definitely not. This has nothing to do with your new glasses. Although, Mike, care to tell me why this other Mike has your old ones? Sarah pointed out the grimy pair of glasses perched on my nose. What? I don't know. He might have gotten his hands on them. What? It's far more likely you got a new pair because the old pair was still stuck to the original Mike. That's preposterous. I'm talking to two versions of my boyfriend here, so I'm off for it at this point. You didn't really believe I had memory loss, did you? I knew you attacked me, but I had to make noise to alert Sarah. What? I feigned memory loss to buy time, maybe even lower your guard. My main goal was to get Sarah downstairs and catch you out. I knew you couldn't get rid of me once I made the noise. There was something weird about you, just a gut feeling, I guess. 5 questions in, I knew you were faking. Nice try, though. But everything I said was the truth. What a person says isn't as important as the body language they project, huh? Or, in your case, your apparent lack of them. You may have Mike's face and voice and memories, but darling, you gotta work on your acting. May I suggest jazz fingers next time? Look, I don't know what your deal is. And I don't think I want to know. Just get out of my life and stop using my face. Give it up, perp. Oh, shit, now he's getting weird. Mumble. Guess I got caught. Ooh, creepy. His inhuman laughter pierced my ears. Goosebumps prickled at the back of my neck. Sarah and I watched as the man with my face smiled. His eyes glowed bright red in the darkness, emitting their own light like an ember. Ooh, but we were having such a good time, Sarah, darling. I was with you the whole night. Bet you didn't even know I was a fake before this scum got lucky. Yeah, I knew something was off. Piece of advice, though. Next time, pick a dumber couple, bucko. He was still wearing my face. He looked genuinely hurt when he spoke again. Everything I said was the truth, Sarah. I am still Mike. Heart and mind. I am he, and he is I. Give me a week, and even you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. A week? What does he mean by that? After all, if I had the memories, personality, and essence of someone, how can anyone say I'm fake? You have those freaky shit glowy red orbs for eyes. I would say that's a pretty big giveaway. His face contorted in amused anger. Mike, look out! The next thing I know, his long arms were outstretched, making a grasp from my neck. I felt his fingertips graze my skin, and my throat made an involuntary gulp. That was close. With no time to think, I made a dive for the bat and flung the heavy end into my attacker, but he only parried the blow with his arm. It didn't look like I was going to stop him for long. Run, Sarah! Back off. What? You brought your gun with you? I heard a thud. Better safe than sorry. You mean better paranoid than A monstrous force flung my body, and I collided with the hard wall of the living room. I felt a rib break with the impact. Are we still gonna die, even though she figured out which one of us was real? Ugh. Mike! Sarah! Bastard! Sarah fired more shots at the creature. One of them grazed him on the left arm. It wasn't enough to maim him. The fake Mike swiped the gun out of Sarah's hands and careened it under the table. He grabbed Sarah by the neck. Fear bubbled up inside me. It was bigger than any pain I've since endured. Sarah! No, let go! Sarah groaned helplessly, struggling against the inhuman hand that belonged to me. Cold sweat enveloped my skin in a thin, terrified film. Easy now, boy. I'm not going to kill her. Yet. I heard a snicker escape from the attacker's mouth. But look at this fucking mess. You really should have just stayed unconscious when I hit you with that bat, you know. Spared us all this drama. Go to hell. Oh, we will, I promise. After all, the host has to be alive while I eat. What? Is he gonna eat her? I gulped. When you say eat, do you mean... No, not your flesh, boy. Life. Life is so much tastier than flesh. Your memories, your thoughts, your future. All the things that make you human. I'll help myself. Don't mind if I do. And when you're stripped down and bare to the bone, you will simply wither away. So that's what happened. That's what happened when we left. So it wasn't so much that we were separated, it was that I gave up and gave in to him being the real me, so he consumed my life. That makes sense. That makes more sense. Like a scab that was once flesh and blood. 1 week to live. I'll think about that later. Right now I have to get Sarah to safety. My eyes darted to her, my insides churning at her labored breathing. The imposter followed my eyes with a knowing chuckle. So, shall we start with the lovely Sarah? Work our way down, piece by piece. Sarah struggled as the grip on her throat tightened. The creature started to lift her up from the floor by her neck. Stop! Stop, please! I beg you. Please, I'll do anything. Anything. The bat fell from my hands as I surrendered. All hope lost, my knees buckled and I crashed to the floor. Anything? What could you possibly give me that I can't take, human? You did get found out by a local police officer. Looks to me that you need help crafting a more human image. I'm a writer. I do that for a living. Fake Mike's ears perked up. A grin spread across his face. Just let her go, please. I don't know how, but I'll make it worth your while. I was still contemplating my fate when Fake Mike let out a sudden yelp of pain. It seems Sarah kicked him in the nuts. Way to go, girl! As his grip loosened around her neck, Sarah broke Fake Mike's fingers down to his knuckles. He screamed in fury. Sarah dropped to the ground, gasping for air. Cough. Mike, you always did talk too much. You pompous ass. She almost dies and she still has to insult me. Fake Mike let out a growl as he lunged for Sarah's hair, but she managed to slip away from him. Sarah, get out of the house now. Get out while you can. Idiot. Like I'm gonna leave you to be eaten. She sprinted upstairs to find another weapon. You stubborn. You'll get cornered upstairs. Ugh. Angry black dots began to dance in my vision. The pain in my side poked my consciousness, prodding my vision to wither. I can't lose consciousness now. I was jolted awake by the sound of a huge crash. Sarah, how long was I unconscious for? The stand clock informed me that I've been lying here for around 8 minutes or so. I sighed in relief. Looks like I haven't been out for long. I tried to stand up. Ugh, my ribs. But I have to get up. I crawled towards Sarah's gun under the coffee table. Apart from the crash that woke me up, everything was dead quiet in the house. That's not a good sign. I didn't know what I hated more, the silence or the anticipation of Sarah's screams. Was anybody even here now? I wiped the blood dripping off my chin and steadied myself. I had to be sure. Ugh. My sides were on fire. Every step I took sent a jolt of pain through my body. Oh yes, those stairs are going to be a fun ride. I made my way to the second floor with little ease. This place didn't feel like my house anymore. Like I entered another dimension that looked the same but was not the least bit similar. Tiny beads of sweat popped across my forehead. I held the gun close. Don't panic. I had to focus on protecting Sarah. Don't care about what happens to me. I just want her to be safe. Sarah, if you're there, please, call out to me. Let me know you're here. I waited a couple of seconds before my ears picked up a muffled sound. Mike. It came from the guest room. I hurried down to the door and tried to open it. Sarah? Oh, Mike. I'm so glad you found me. I frowned. There was something weird about the way she sounded. Oh no, did he eat her? And now she's the demon? But I couldn't quite make it out. Get me out of here, Mike. I jiggled the lock, but it didn't open. Ugh. I'm scratched up good. We have to get out before that monster comes back. I winced again. Was this really Sarah? Her voice sounded really strange, but I shrugged it off and continued to push the door open. Give me a second. I tried again, but the door wouldn't budge. Sarah, I think the door might be stuck. Damn it. Don't worry, I'll get you out, I promise. I tried kicking the door. A pain shot up my leg like a bolt of electric fire, but now was not the time to stop. I kicked it a couple more times. Each time was a glowing red pain in my extremities. Pretty soon, the door showed signs of moving. Mike, what are you doing? It was Sarah, but the voice didn't come from the door. I turned around. In front of me, another Sarah, bloody and injured, her arm limp at the right shoulder. I stared at her listlessly. Sarah? Don't open that damn door, Mike. The bastard is in there. Mike, what's happening? Sarah? There's a Sarah here too? Shit, Mike, listen to me. She's not real. Fuck that. That's the fake one inside. I was able to fight it off and lock it inside the room. It kept ramming the door over and over until the door got stuck. That's a lie, Mike. I ran to the room and locked it from the inside. It destroyed the door so I can't get out. Bullshit. Get me out of here. Please don't listen to her. Mike, look at me. I'm the real Sarah. My mind couldn't believe what was happening. Edges of a migraine pressed at the fringes of my brain. My hands tightened on the gun. If you open that door, Mike, that bastard is going to come straight for me. It doesn't need my essence, it needs yours. He'll kill me for sure. Why does he need mine? Mike, listen to me. It's trying to trick you. You have to believe me, Mike. Mike, please. The Sarah in front of me took a step forward. I pulled the gun nearer to my chest, but I couldn't bring myself to aim it at her. She stopped. Get back, Sarah. Let me think. Just get back. My heart rammed in my chest. I knew I had to calm down. At this point, I wouldn't be able to think clearly. Oh, who was I kidding? Even on a good day, I couldn't deduce the truth like Sarah. I was no detective. Mike, please, you have to shoot the fake Sarah. Shoot that fucking bastard. Just what the bitch wants, isn't it? Don't listen to that monster. If we just leave here, we can escape. It's just desperate to get out, Mike. Mike, please believe me. Please put the gun down. I know it's hard, but you have to be brave. I need to think first. This is too sudden. What am I going to do? The weight of the situation made my hand shake. Can I really murder someone in cold blood? Somebody I love? If I make a decision too hastily, it's a mistake I can never undo. We're going to not shoot. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't shoot her. I couldn't even aim at her. I don't think this injured one is probably the fake. The demon was shot, but he was shot in the left arm, and she is injured in her right arm. And he already felt off about the Sarah behind the door. So I think we made a good decision. I looked at her pleading eyes and felt an overwhelming surge of love and helplessness. Plus, I don't think the other Sarah would run and hide either. She seemed like too much of a fighter. She had to be my Sarah. She had to be. I stood up with effort and limped toward her. Mike. Behind me, the other Sarah's voice screamed. I ignored it. It's going to be all right, honey. Sarah held her uninjured hand out to me, and I reached for it blindly. Oh, no! That was the wrong one! A sharp, cold pain went through my stomach. I dropped to my knees as blood pooled around my feet. Mikey, Mikey, Mikey. You had me worried for a second. The small penknife glittered in Sarah's hand. But I wasn't really that worried. I can see it. your sad, adorable eyes. I can feel it in my bones. You wanted me to be the real Sarah. It's so sweet how you love me so much, even to the point of deluding yourself. I love you too, sweetheart. She knelt beside me. I flinched as her cold hands brushed the hair off my face. But I'm sorry to say this. I think we have to break up. I found a new host. No. Does this mean... It's only natural. I mean, why do I have to settle for your troublesome ass? When feisty little Sarah is finally locked and ribbon-tied like a gift. Thanks, by the way. She put up such a fight. I struggled to get up, but the fake Sarah pulled my hair and pinned me to the ground. Not going anywhere, sweetie. She smacked her lips in delight. My body felt paralyzed. Already, my hands and feet had become numb. No. Stop. Fake Sarah just giggled. I think I'll have fun with you first. I wanted to fight, to cry out, but the frayed edges of my vision faded steadily into black. The sound of Sarah's screams was my endless lullaby. Well, the victim. Okay, so we're going to load back up to right before we decided not to shoot her. I can't believe I got that wrong. Like, I knew that the demon was injured, but I thought it said the left arm was the injured arm. So we're going to skip to the decision, and we're going to shoot her. I didn't have time to think it through better. I didn't have a choice, did I? I watched Sarah's body crumple to the floor in a heap. My heart ached as she looked at me with the sadness and confusion. No. A low, amused laughter resonated behind the door. Sarah? I ran to her gasping body and cradled her head in my arms. Please, no. I have to stop the bleeding. I have to. But the circle of red grew larger and larger around Sarah's body. Sarah! Sarah! Behind me, the door cracked open. Into the cursed hero. So there's no winning to that end. If you shoot her, she's the right Sarah. If you don't shoot her, she's the demon. Like, how are you supposed to win? Okay, so we've gotten the cursed hero, the fallen, the victim, the fool, and there was another one. So I think we have 5 out of 9. So we're going to load in this. And see if we can get back to where we were. Okay, so we're back to here. I'm going to save this real quick. Okay. So we're back to here. I told nothing but lies. I suggested that we battle it out. And I also did all of the opposite answers. Like I said, February 27th. What do you mean? My brother's not Mike, whatever. So here we are. Were you telling the truth about leaving the house if I think you're the fake? Sarah? So it is a little different so far. No, Sarah. I'm the real Mike. I don't think so. I sighed with genuine pity. I'm sorry. Shut up. Sarah. Why? What did I do wrong? Tell me. You didn't do anything wrong. Both of you didn't. That's why this is so hard. Then you have to believe me. I'm the real Mike. My instincts are telling me otherwise, and I'm pretty certain about it. Then your instincts are wrong. Will you listen to me? The other Mike grabbed Sarah by the shoulders and shook her. She winced in discomfort. Let's push him away. I grabbed the guy at the collar and yanked him away from Sarah. He staggered for a bit, his eyes glinted with rage and hurt. We regarded each other with blinding hate. I could never forgive him for hurting Sarah. So his ego was hurt. So Sarah said he was the fake. Well, that just proves it. That was the point of this whole exercise. As far as I'm concerned, a stranger has no fucking right to lay a finger on my girlfriend. I bared my teeth at him. Don't you touch her. Imposter. Other Mike gnashed his teeth. He picked up the wooden bat from the floor and charged at me. Fucking asshole. We rolled and struggled on the floor. I could feel the hot rage radiating from his skin like vapor. Sarah tried to break us up, but with the adrenaline running high, it was futile. In the end, he got the better of me. Ugh. He pushed the wooden bat into my throat. My air passages clung onto scarce breaths. Stop. Sarah tried to push him away. Ugh. You come into my house, steal away my life, my face. Why don't you just die? He raised his fist to make one final blow to break my neck and silence me forever. Oh, okay. So, this is very, very similar to when we got the ending where we attacked the other Mike. But now we're on the other end where he's punching us in the face. So this is kind of interesting. He raised his fist to make one final blow to break my neck and silence me forever. The gunshot rang in the air like a blade. The man in front of me crumpled into a limp pile. So Sarah brought her gun with her. Why am I not surprised? A second passed and Sarah fell onto her knees in tears. I ran to her and held her in my arms. Her eyes were wide and glazed over. Is this finally a good ending? We have yet to get a good ending. I shot you. I didn't know what to do. He shouldn't stop. Shh. I know, honey, I know. But I shot you. Tears began to well up in her eyes. She didn't sob or cry, though. She just let them fall, almost confused at the wet fluid running down her cheeks. No, Sarah. I wiped her tears off patiently. Hey, look at me. I placed my hands on her face and looked into her eyes. Look at me. I'm still alive, aren't I? I'm still here. She stared back through the tears. For the briefest of moments, a flicker of doubt crossed her face. I expected her to ask something, to make sure, but Sarah gave me one last look at the dying Mike and shuddered. She closed her eyes and nodded, tired and desperate. She rested her ear on my chest, comforted by my heartbeat. I'm shaking. I guess I never really get used to shooting a person, even in my line of work. That's a good thing. I didn't know it would be this bad with a loved one involved. It was terrible. I'm going to need fucking therapy after this. You did what you had to do, Sarah. Don't blame yourself. It's over now. Let's forget this ever happened. Pretty sure with the dead guy laying on your floor, you can't just forget that it happened. Yeah. I held her tighter and she snuggled into my chest. Mike. I love you. But if you ever show up as two of you again, I'm out. I love you too, Sarah. I can feel a smile escape my lips. Never again. What? So, in this instance, this is basically what happens on the other end when you... Because he's the demon. I promise. The Sly. So my laptop actually died right after the spot, so the video cuts off here, but we will pick it up in one final episode of this with the remaining endings that we're missing. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in the next video.